Today, 30th May 2021, a day we remember our heroes, men, women, and children that paid the ultimate price that we might live. Men and women that stood shoulders to shoulders to fight to defend our land, the land of the rising sun. Let's take a moment to honor them.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their life for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong for them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I tell me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I tell me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a prospero. But the way you go, like a papa no go. Oh, you never go hero. Me tell you what I look pandy, what pandy Samiro. Me tell you what I day. For we just all under us, man. I tell you what I am. Me never give up. Me tell them
I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my heart. For other Biafrans, sing for freedom and to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, we'll never be apart.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slay. Where will I be now if not them? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your blood is starvation.
We black and I'm just a bread. That the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bomb, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
May the souls of those departed, our heroes and heroines, rest in peace. And also, I want to use this opportunity to remember and honor our living heroes. There are still many of them alive. We remember you. We remember your sacrifice. Many of you are still carrying the scars of the war, the bullet wound, the disability from the war. You still carry the pain of the genocidal war against our people. We celebrate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate all men, young and old, who are still on the trench fighting for the freedom of the people. Today, 30th May, is a day to remember. While we remember, we reflect on what happened, why it happened, and why it has continued to happen. Have lessons been learned? No is the answer. The political instability, the corruption, the impunity of the political class ignited the crisis from the West. That was what sparked the first coup of 1966, of which there was a reprisal coup that took the life of Aguiyi-Ironsi. And it was called Igbo coup. Innocent civilians from the eastern Nigeria were massacred indiscriminately. And Ojukwu, being the military administrator of the eastern region, was asked by the people unanimously to declare an independent state. That was after the Aburi Accord was violated, flouted by Gowon, the head of state. After which our people returned back home, a state of Biafra was declared, and the genocide war brought upon our people. And our people fought to defend themselves. Because that war was a war of attrition, that war was a genocidal war, and the world still sweeps it under the carpet. That is why we young generation will never forget. It doesn't matter if history had been expunged from Nigerian educational curriculum. The history is being passed down by our parents who fought the war, and we will pass it down to our children, that will pass it down to their children until eternity. Because if these men and women, if these brave men and women did not fight, this man will not be talking to you, and you listening may not be watching. That is why we appreciate them. Now, having said that, have we learnt a lesson? Have Nigerian state learned a lesson? No is the answer. The intimidation, the exploitation, the nepotism, the suppression has multiplied. It is even worse now than then. The killings, left, right, and center. It is not just only about Biafran people today, but the entire Nigerian people are being slaughtered, kidnapped. Violent crimes have become the order of the day. Economic hardship. The economy of the country have crashed. There is no hope for a common man. Whereas those in government are living in affluence. We, the people from the East, while we will not relent, despite the efforts of the government to subdue to intimidate. We will continue until the people are free, free from every oppression. It's a pity that the governors from the East and the political leaders have not recognized this day and do the needful to make it a memorable day. Just like June 12th. It was pushed until the current government under Buhari acknowledged it and called it Democracy Day. What happened to the millions of lives that were lost on both sides, both from the Biafran side and the Nigerian side? If those lives doesn't matter, then why should we call ourselves Nigerians? Why would someone be proud to fight to defend Nigeria? If we fail to learn from history, we will make the mistakes of the past, and even worse. That is the situation everyone in Nigeria have found themselves, particularly the southeastern governors. I kept asking, why is it that some of our men, veterans, who are suffering in different camps today are being neglected? They are not taken care of. No social security for them. The people have abandoned them. How many people take time to go and visit them? I think it's high time we start appreciating these people so that so that we will be successful in securing the freedom of the people. I use this opportunity to appreciate and remember the efforts of all the pro-Biafran groups, the efforts of all our elders that have stood on the side of truth and justice, because that is what Biafra represents. I use this opportunity to honor my father, my grandfather, my adopted grandfather in the person of Dr. Dozie Ikedife. Without him, you may not even know that I existed. I appreciate my father, Cyprian Ikechukwasozo, who as a child kept nurturing me with the history of what happened. And from his perspective, I understand the meaning of life and why every Biafran life matters a lot. And I appreciate everyone, young, old, even those who are suffering in different detention camps, for the sake of Biafra. Let us use this opportunity to honor them. Today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. On a normal circumstance, the government will issue a public holiday. But we don't have a government that appreciates the efforts of heroes. And they expect people to fight to defend Nigeria. But we as a people owe it as a duty to our parents, to our uncles, to our aunties, to our brothers, to our sisters who have paid the ultimate price to give ourselves a holiday. You don't need to be cows. You don't need to be forced. And nobody is going to force you out from your house. I remember when we are ravaging, people have been running up and down, target me on the street protesting. I said no. Instead of exposing our people to protest and they get killed, it is better we sit at home. Let us now see who will bring us out. And today it has become a standard proceeding, and I appreciate that. in whatever way you can, whether candle nights, whether worship, going to the church to appreciate, to put service. Those of you that go to church, you know how you do it. Remember and honor them. That history might judge you right. To all my fellow Biafrans, happy Biafran Memorial Day. I'm signing out. Bye-bye.